All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:56 in the morning of October the, 28th, is that right? Yep, October the 28th, 2021. And this is my morning strategy session. So today, first up, we have a stock called Wolf. This is the first time I've ever looked at it. It is an electronic technology, electronic components company. It reported earnings. Earnings are up, revenues are up, and guidance is up. So pre-market right now, if it opened at this moment, it would open up at 13.66% higher than its previous close. There's something to watch out for on Wolf, though. I mean, this is nice. This big bump up is nice and everything. However, the pre-market volume on Wolf right now stands just shy, 25 shares short. Or 25 shares below 30,000. So 29,975 shares traded this morning, pre-market, which is an extremely low amount of trading, pre-market trading for a price run so high. So on this one today, it's going to be, it's going to move. It's just, I don't know, how far down it'll move. I think there's going to be profit taking at the open, but I could be wrong. Sometimes these things just open and take off. So if it gives me a setup, the setup is going to be a dip down below after it opens, a dip down below its open, and then before getting to any of these other Fibonacci levels, it'll run back up over its open. This is the stock that I'll probably be watching at the open too. And so if it does that, then that's an entry. If it dips down below the 75% level that I like to use, without going to the 61.8, and then runs back up again, up above the 75% level, then that will be an entry also. But then also, I'm thinking I'll possibly pre-market. I'll put in orders between the 61.8 fib and the 50% level. And, I don't know, it's the risk here. I'll probably trade, or I'll probably average into 200 shares on this trade right here if it goes down to the Fibonacci levels. Okay, so and that's the main one that I'm watching. Ford also reported earnings, and its earnings were somewhat, well, let's just read the headline here. Ford logs lower Q3 adjusted earnings per share and revenue. Results top Street Views. Shares surge in pre-market trading. So it has a diluted earnings per share of 51 cents compared to 65 cents a year ago. Analysts polled by Capital IQ called for an adjusted earnings per share of 27 cents. So it did a really good job of beating analyst expectations. Revenue fell from 35.7 billion, fell to 35.7 billion from 37.5 billion a year ago. Street estimated 32.77 million. So it really has beaten street expectations. The automaker raised its 2021 adjusted earnings before interest and taxes guidance to between 10.5 billion and 11.5 billion, and maintained its estimate for adjusted free cash flow of 4 billion to 5 billion. Shares of the company were up almost 11%. Okay, so it beat the street. It's not, Ford isn't a growth stock, and so the sort of year over year sort of slump in revenues and earnings doesn't quite affect Ford as much as it would a growth stock, like, for example, Wolf. Wolf is a growth stock. Wolf is Ford guidance, has to be big. The beats have to be bigger, like all the time on something like Wolf. On Ford, Ford guidance is important, but the sort of year over year, bigger and bigger revenues and bigger earnings per share. Ford has grown past that. It's a mega cap or a large cap, and so this is more of a value story. So people are willing to look past, it beats street expectations, and people are willing to look past, a slump from year to year, from here to there and stuff. And Ford's going to be around for a long time. So, yeah, I'd be willing to trade. And actually, I might watch. I'll have Ford number 1, number 2, Wolf and Ford. That's what I'm looking at for paying the most attention to this morning. Okay, and pretty much the same strategy too. Break past the open, the 75% level, and then averaging in between 61.8 and 50 on the Fibonacci's. All right, Mara, Marathon Digital Holdings. This is a cryptocurrency miner, and a pre-market here, it's up 4.28%. I'm not really big on trading the cryptocurrency miners because it doesn't really, I haven't really seen a good correlation, solid correlation between the movement of Bitcoin, which is basically what everybody, I mean, there are other coins to mine. I mean, there really are, but Bitcoin's like the main one. And I just don't see, there aren't any, correlations that have a confidence level that, give me the warm and fuzzy about trading a miner based on Bitcoin price action. So not from day to day, so so Mara, Marathon Digital Holdings, I have it on watch. I don't anticipate trading it as of this moment. If it decides to do something big today, maybe I'll catch a piece of the action. We'll see. HCWB, this is a small cap momentum play. This stock was recently given FDA approval to move into the phase B. That doesn't show it here. I have to read it off of my Street Smart Edge has the news that on this one, HCWB, okay. HCW Biologics receives FDA clearance to proceed with phase 1B trial of HCW 9218. HCW Biologics has been cleared by the FDA to proceed to evaluate its lead drug candidate, HCW 9218, in a first in-human phase 1B clinical trial in patients with advanced pancreatic cancer. My grandmother died of pancreatic cancer. HCW 921B is an injectable fusion protein complex designed to drive bifunctional anti-tumor activity by activating desired immune responses to attack cancer cells while simultaneously blocking unwanted immunosuppressive activities. Okay. That's good. That's good. It's just that it's a phase 1B trial, and it's a cancer treatment. They're working on curing cancer. Wall Street loves that stuff, but it's going to be a small cap momentum play, which means that it will quickly rise and fall. I don't anticipate trading this. I think that it's too risky. There's definitely a trade. There will most likely be a trade to be had here today. But I don't. Let's see if I can figure out where it's going to be. Let's see here. Let's make some adjustments here to the Fibonacci. So 294. So I'll come out to 95.88 right there. Okay. So usually, if you take the previous closing price and run a Fibonacci at 100%, start the Fibonacci at the previous day's low, and then put the high at the Fibonacci at 100%. Most stocks that can't make it past the 38.2 Fibonacci really aren't going anywhere during the day. So this one's at the 75% level. It might give a trade today. It's on watch. So if you're interested in following this sort of technique, put the Fibonacci, actually I put the Fibonacci start at 100% of the previous close and then connect it to the previous close. So in this case, you can see here, previous close was at $2.94. I use 100% at $5.88, right? Did I do that math in my head correctly? I'm getting kind of old. Let's see if my math is still my basic math. Yeah, 588. And so it's, we'll see what happens. It might work. Okay, everybody. Big picture, people, I tell you, a little pullback. Look at this. The S&P just made, new all-time highs here, closing above, and making new all-time highs. Now, it's pulling back, after making an all-time high, after a big run and everything, it's pulling back, and everybody's calling this is the top. This is, it's all going to come crashing down, and so on and so on. I just don't think that's the case. Okay, so we have Bitcoin here, came through, closed at a new all-time higher high, and is now pulling back a little bit. Perfectly normal, by the dip. So there's, the sky is not falling. All right. Okay, everybody, good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.